in the United States. We help the less fortunate, but a lot of citizens of other countries are not really aware of that, and one really good way to make them aware of that is for our diplomats in those countries to demonstrate that by their actions, and that's what this award is designed to promote and recognize.
And it also helps the people in America understand what kind of wonderful work diplomats and their families do.
It's been very exciting to be part of it and to look at the nominations each and every year. I'm blown away by what people are doing overseas in their spare time.
SOSA is an amazing institution started by former Secretary of State Baker and his wife.
Well, I was so impressed when I'd travel around with Jim, and I would get to meet people in the community and see what was going on. And some of the extraordinary things that they were doing were just amazing.
She came over to me and said, "Ann, my husband and I just came back from overseas, and the spouses do so many wonderful things, and they aren't recognized. We have to do something about that."
This really is an important aspect, I think, of American foreign policy, because it gives people, citizens of other countries, firsthand knowledge and experience of Americans practicing volunteerism and practicing generosity.
The Bakers stay involved. They did not ever leave SOSA.
There was a small village in Rwanda, just outside of the capital city, that was extremely, extremely poor. And I had the opportunity to be introduced to these people and fell in love with them.
We organized, I think, the first ever June Pride reception at the residence of Consul General Andrew Simkin.
As it turned out, our post was sort of in the forefront and had a more active roster of Pride Month activities than I think anyone else had done up to that point.
I was nicknamed the Green Queen because I started a massive program at the embassy to reduce our waste as well as to help Nigerians.
Betsy, I like to tell people, is a gift from God for us. She brought beautiful ideas that I'm glad today have become national programs.
I think the project allowed the Chennai community to have a positive image of a minority group, an LGBT group in America that they never had learned anything about.
Leadership can come from any level and can come from various sources. It doesn't have to be from the front office. In this case, it came from a family member.
I feel very honored because I think I don't deserve that award. That's, actually, it doesn't belong to me. It belongs to all the volunteers.
They had a love for music and dance. In their culture, that was extremely important. When they wanted to share their love, that's how they would show it to you. I can give you an example. One day after a concert we had done at the ambassador's residence, there was a very, very bad storm. And we had to get them back up to the village on some very bad roads. 7 ladies sat there and sang to me in the pitch black to thank me for what I'd done. And that was so moving. That's a moment that I will remember for the rest of my life.
Betsy brought in the idea of clean cooking. And the federal government of Nigeria took it and ran with it. All embassies are donating their paper waste to the American embassy. And these women are making briquettes, and they're selling briquettes to replace firewood. That's the seed that Betsy sowed.
As more and more SOSA winners come along, more and more information gets out there, more and more ideas get out there, and more people say, "Oh, I might be able to do that. Let me look where I'm going and see what's needed, and maybe I can make a difference."
I met a lot of like-minded Nigerians because of Betsy. I never knew them before. She found all of us and she put us together, and we walked together. Everybody that walked with Betsy, everybody that met Betsy had a change of heart about the way they see the United States.
And I'd had the Prime Minister, before he became a Prime Minister, also in that village. And there was lots of singing and dancing and music, and afterwards they said to me, "Thank you for showing this to us. We had no idea that this was here." And it was a surprise for me because this was Rwanda to me. And I was able to share their Rwanda with the Prime Minister's children.
I have found volunteering more satisfying than paid work. I feel like I'm either making a difference or giving back to the community.
What you don't realize is what it does for yourself and how it makes you feel. I found that for me, it gives you a sense of purpose. It gives you a sense of that you're helping mankind, you're helping other people.
It's a little bit selfish in some ways because I wanted to be part of the people I was with, and I really met some wonderful, wonderful people and learned how good-hearted these people are and how much they need.
All the problems and the issues, those countries, the complaints, the hardship will disappear once you get to know the country more and appreciate for what it is through volunteerism.
You don't have to take on the whole world. You can do simple things.
Volunteers are a unique breed, just want to give back to that country that is their home for a short period of time. And the smallest effort makes a big difference.
Because that's what SOSA is all about. It's making a difference where you are.
We have phenomenal volunteers all around the world, and it's nice to be recognized for that work.
This is a very, very important but not properly recognized activity of our Foreign Service community. And the Foreign Service community itself needs to be aware, observant, and be willing to nominate people who have exhibited these forms of generosity and volunteerism.
But I think it's important that the entire Foreign Service knows more about what's being done and takes the time to say, gee, our embassy has some great volunteers. Why doesn't somebody write this up? Well, not just somebody, why don't you write it up?
One sentiment you hear over and over again when you speak to a SOSA winner is that giving is receiving.
I got to spend time and actually know people and meet people and learn so much. It's so invaluable. And it made me feel like, sorry, but it made me feel like I was actually doing something. That what I had to do, even if it was a little tiny thing, meant something to somebody.
She brought the human face to it, and she brought her heart with it. She truly cared.
I think when Americans realize what kind of wonderful face they're putting on America by their generosity and by their hard work to try to help problems in the community where they are, that's gonna be great for the whole Foreign Service.
I can't believe that 25 years later, it's still going. It's such a wonderful program. And every year, more and more volunteers are put forward.
I'm really glad that it's been as successful as it has.
It's just so inspiring each and every year. And every year I think, oh, this is the best year. And then we'll have the next year, oh, this is the best year, you know. It never stops to really impress me, make me proud. Good for AFSW.